Hey, good evening, everybody. If you guys are following me on this trip, the one that I left my house, went to Phoenix, went through Sedona, I was last at Seligman. I'm in spending the night now in Needles, California, and so not to rehash everything, but if you are caught up to my Seligman video, I did mention that I may not make it back all the way to Riverside, California today. And leaving Seligman into Kingman was fine. It was actually a really good trip. You know, you go through, and I've been on this portion basically from Kingman, Arizona to Riverside, California. I have gone back and forth between those two towns on Route 66 multiple times on multiple vehicles, multiple, well, not multiple motorcycles, but multiple times on the motorcycle. And people were asking me about Oatman. Yeah, I've been to Oatman plenty of times. In fact, I'll put a link in the description box of my last video about 3 years ago when I was in Oatman. Everything was going good. I mean, I was handling it. The bike was fine. Nothing was overheating. Everything was going great. Went through Hackberry. There's a couple of gas stations that I've noticed that looks like they're being refurbished, and I almost was tempted to stop and take pictures of it, but I just wanted to go. There are quite a few notable things to see. One thing I'd recommend for sure is the look it up on. I don't think I've ever done a video of it. I've been there multiple times. Inside is the Grand Canyon Taverns. Don't get fooled by the name. It's nowhere near the Grand Canyon. Nowhere near. It's west of Seligman on Route 66, heading towards Kingman. They call it the Grand Canyon Tavern, Grand Canyon Caverns. Say that 5 times fast. They call it that because they believe when you go into these caverns down below, it's like an exhibit, this little restaurant and museum, and then they bring you back very very down deep into these caverns. They believe that there's an air passageway that connects these caverns with the Grand Canyon itself through all these miles. I mean, these little crevices. That's what they say. Very cool to go to, though. Don't be fooled by the name. That's not near the Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon Caverns. You can eat there, rest there, go take the little tours. It's worth it, honestly. Incorporate that. Look into it if you're going to go on Route 66 between Seligman and Kingman. You got Hackberry General Store. It's okay. There's two general stores on the right hand side as you're heading westbound. That if you want to go check them out, I've checked them out plenty of times, and they're nothing more than a little store with some iconic little things and picture ops on the outside. That's probably the only operational thing. There's another town called Peach Springs, I think, and I gotta tell you this: the cheapest gas you're gonna find if you don't fill up in Seligman, at the Indian Reservation, and I forgot the name of it. There's a casino and hotel on the left, heading westbound, and on the right, there's like the cheapest gas I've seen, the least expensive gas I've seen on this whole trip. I was like, wow, it was like $3.14 or something. So just know that there is a viable, active, very affordable gas station between Seligman and Kingman on Route 66 at this Indian reservation place. And you can get a hotel if you want to, motel, whatever it is. And then there's a couple of and the gas stations are only a couple of 100 yards apart, and they're on the left-hand side. Now, God, if I ever get out, I want to do some photos of it. But they didn't seem very inviting because they were all fenced off. They seem like they're being restored, but it doesn't seem like they're very inviting right now for people to enter onto the property, but observe it from the street or outside, take pictures. And then I got into Kingman. I fueled up again in Kingman. It's like maybe 50, 60 miles from Seligman to Kingman on that route. I hit gas again. I did not go through the town of Kingman on Route 66 with the stop and go lights because it was getting to be about 104 degrees. That jacket that has the same color pattern as this, it's over there. It's on the floor. It's called the Dakar. It's been awesome in this heat. Awesome jacket. So I leave Kingman and I jump on the road that goes through Oatman. And I got behind a very, very slow truck that was climbing up Sitgraves Pass. And I was, constantly adjusting my speed, and I started heating up, me personally and the bike. I was like, man, I might have to stop in Oatman. It was around 5:30 p.m., and at 5:30, Oatman doesn't have a lot of places that are open, but I figured it'd be a good place to stop. Well, when I descended from Sitgraves Pass, everything cooled down. Myself, the bike, everything was fine. I cruised through Oatman. I didn't stop because I've been there plenty of times. And start winding down on Route 66, headed towards the bridge that takes you over the Colorado River. For some reason, I started having some heating issues again. It's probably at this point 105, 107 degrees. So I said, man, let me get to the other side of the river. So I got to the other side of the river, and the very first exit is a place, it's called Pirates Cove. Unfortunately, they only allow RVs now. I was there years ago, and they allowed RVs and campsites. And if anyone knows of my Facebook page, my Adventure Event Facebook page, there's a picture of me from my Facebook. I don't do actually. I send everything to my wife, and she pushes everything, all the info on the Facebook page. But there's a picture of me when I first got my KLR back in 2017, where I have my arms outstretched and I'm wearing my Hornet helmet. I'm wearing a distressed leather brown jacket and just Carhartt pants. And I'm crouched down. The motorcycle's in the back, and my arms are outspread. And there's a little Route 66 shield painted on some beat up asphalt pavement, road pavement. And that's a part of Route 66 that's not on any maps anymore for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's so destroyed that a car would not be feasible to go there with a local owner's car. No way, you wouldn't want to do it. You wouldn't be able to find it, and it's also on that people's property, that resort's property, that Pirates Cove property. But they don't allow tents anymore, so I end up hitting my phone and looking up campsites, and there's a KOA that I'm sitting in right now. So I'm in spot 23. My bike is parked by the campsite, and it's a really cool little area. I mean, they got a little like sandy area where you put your tent, and there's an overhang above it, and picnic table, lighting, power. You can plug into power. They have water there, So I'm paying as a retired military. I'm paying $30 to be here tonight. $30, and it's well worth it. Even if I didn't put my tent up, I'll get to that in a second. But you can power up your items. They got running water. It's like an RV site. It's perfect. But the lady said, hey, the lodge is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. But as long as you're quiet, if you want to stay after 9, no one's going to bother you. So, I did 4 years as a combat medic. I did 4 more years as a 19 Delta Cav Scout. And if anybody knows anything about that, if you're prior military or even infantry, or you've been in the field, that sleeping on a couch in an air-conditioned building this is like a 5-star hotel. So no, I didn't break out the tent. I'm just gonna, after I get this video done, I'm not gonna send this video till tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'm just gonna rack out here. I'm gonna be fine. Believe me, I'm gonna sleep like a baby. The rest, I went out to get some food items. I'm gonna show you in a second. And this whole campsite is it's dead. Nobody's moving around. Everyone's buttoned up for the night. So I'm just gonna kick back here, watch some YouTube videos, and power up my phone. But let me show you. So I got some snacks out. I have one bag that's all dehydrated food that needs hot water, my cook set and everything. But that back tail case, which is it's called a Seahorse 520, made in the USA, competitor with Pelican cases. I keep some snacks I can eat without having to worry about heating up. So that's what I'm going to share with you now. This one broke already, but this is called Pilot Bread. There's a company called Sailor Boy that makes them on Amazon, but that Sailor Boy product was really, really inexpensive at one time, and I got a couple of cardboard boxes of them, but they kind of jumped up in price. So now I bought them in a case where they're in metal round cans, the diameter of this, and they're sealed, they will last longer. But the way I transport them is in this little case, which I got when I was at Osan Air Base, Korea. And it's a microwavable thing. I used to microwave eggs in this. I put a little bit of milk in there, like poach them and crack an egg in there, and then a little vent top up here where you put it in the microwave. It was designed to put in the microwave. And there was a little info pamphlet. But what I use them for, these are a perfect diameter to keep those crackers. And I don't know if I said the word MRE, but I know a lot of military people may be watching this. You don't have to be military to know what an MRE is for the military. It stands for Meals Ready to Eat. But we had crackers very similar to this. So the diameter of the cracker is perfect for this case, and that way I can carry them. And the reason why I like carrying the crackers, once again going back to the whole MRE analogy, well, first of all, this is probably the worst cheese you can ever eat. It's not even cheese. It's chemicals with some pasty stuff to make it look like cheese. I don't think there's any dairy properties at all in this, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I loved it when I was in Egypt. I used to always carry these in Egypt when I was in Sinai. Anyways, I like these, and I can use this cheese spread, and I can put on the cracker. I found packets that Skippy makes. Skippy manufacturer makes packets with their logo and it looks the same exact size as these, and you can find them online. And I used that Skippy packet already on the crackers, and then I bought these other jelly packets. There might be cheaper ways to carry, spreads and stuff if you want to. I like this. They're compactable. They stay longer. Use them once. Toss out the package when you're done. And then I also carry these. I was carrying these for lunch anyways, but they make them in chicken and in, I almost said seafood, chicken and they do tuna, salmon, and chicken. I'm looking on the back now. So tuna, salmon, and chicken, and in those categories they make different flavors. Like for the chicken they have zesty lemon pepper or buffalo style. For salmon they have mango chipotle or lemon dill. And then tuna, they have ranch or deli style tuna salad or something. But I do like these. I just open these up and I spread this on the cracker, and have this best of used before April 10th, 2026. So, anyways, I could use this on the crackers, use the cheese, peanut butter and jelly, and then I grabbed this trail mix from that Airbnb we stayed at when I was with Cuervo Joe. So I'm going to snack on that tonight. I haven't eaten really since this morning. But everything was shutting down when I got in here, and I just wanted to be in an air-conditioned building. Oh, it was so hot. But anyways, I'm going to head out of here probably 6. I'm leaving everything on the bike. I also have as my gear here and a bottle of water. My helmet's out there. I should probably bring that in. I'll probably do a quick little video of what it looks like. I think it's worth it. And I think without military, I think the price is like $34. For a tent camp. I don't know about the RV sites, but I think the price I saved like $4 or $6 or something. I think it's a deal, and they have a little convenience store here. You can get something cold. You can get ice cream, stuff like that, or microwavable food. I probably should have done that because I didn't know that there's a microwave in here. It's right there. And if I would have known there was a microwave, I would have grabbed something to microwave. Whatever. So head out of here tomorrow. Sleep on this little couch tonight. Head out of here tomorrow, maybe about 6 a.m. There's not... Well, here in Needles, there's a couple of places to eat. If I can find a McDonald's at that hour open, I'll probably hit that. I'd rather sit at a Denny's and get a regular, real breakfast. Matter of fact, after I get done with this, I'll just look it up on Google Maps, see what's near me. But it's going to... Oh, one thing I was going to say. If I go straight from here to home, as far as Google's Maps goes, it's about 3.5 hours. But I did map out leaving here, which this is actually on Old Route 66. I want to leave here and go up to Goff's, where Goff's schoolhouse is. And this is not for KLR people. I mean, this is if anybody's interested in Route 66. But take Route 66, go up to Goff's, which I've been. I know this route very well. I don't even need a GPS to get to these places. Go up to Goff's, and then I drop back down to the 40, intersect the 40, go down to Amboy to go to Roy's gas station. They call it Roy's Cafe gas station. They still pump gas, very expensive though. So they still pump gas, and then I'll be on Old Route 66, take that to Ludlow. Ludlow will put me back on the 40 to Barstow, and then Barstow, I'm going to break off again on the Old Route 66, go through Hellendale. Roy Rogers, Dale Evans used to live out there. Go through Hellendale, and then that will reconnect me to Victorville. After Victorville, I am regulated to the 15 southbound for pretty much the rest of the trip. 15 towards Norco, get off on Norco, 6th Street, and then I'll get home from there on the be on the west side of Riverside. And that's gonna cost me another hour. As far as Google Maps says. 3.5 if I just take the fastest route, 4.5 to maybe 5 if I do the Route 66, which I am gonna do. I'm in no hurry. Everyone knows I love Route 66. I love getting the KLR on slower roads anyways. So that's what I'm going to be doing route-wise tomorrow. And then when I get home, I'll probably just kind of relax. I was going to help a friend redo his charge AC. I got the vacuum pumps and the gauges and stuff to charge his AC. But I'm going to do a full-on post-ride review of how everything worked out. The motorcycle, the route, the jacket, the equipment. Because this desert-colored stuff, this is the first time I've worn it. I bought it right before this trip. So with that being said, let me dive in, get some snacks. It's getting late. This video is getting long. I'm getting boring. So just wanted to let everyone know, if you're following me, nope, didn't get home, spending that at Needles, KOA, very good in Needles. If you're ever in this area, check it out if you're looking at a place to camp for the night. All right, you know the spiel. I'm not going to say it again. Like, subscribe, you get out there and ride. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.